I tried to stay away from this, but it kept bothering me, so I have to address it. Have you ever run across people who are so future focused that they are present paralyzed? Let me help you understand what I mean. You're so busy running around trying to collect things and do things and prepare for what is about to come that what you have your hands to now is not effective at all. In other words, all I'm trying to say is focus on what God has assigned for you to do at this very moment and this very hour. When it's your time, it's going to be your time. It's not necessary to be envious or jealous or upset or treat people any kind of way simply because you think that what they have going on in their lives, it's supposed to be happening in your life, and it's not. Well, it's not necessary that it's not going to happen in your life. It could very well be it's just not time for it to happen in your life. God's timing is not our timing. And even though we make these plans and we have this checklist, when we get to certain things and we can't check those things off, but then the person sitting beside us is able to do so, then we tend to have that little animosity or that little black girl drama because someone else is doing what you think you should be doing. Just be focused on where you are right now. Whatever God has your hands to do in this very moment, in this very hour, is where you should be, is what you should be doing. You shouldn't be worrying about when your next project is going to get off the ground. You shouldn't be worried about how your next project is going to get off the ground. What you should be most concerned about at this point, at this moment, is trusting God for provision. If God has said it to you and you know that you know that you know that you know God told you to do it, then it's going to happen. You don't have to try to push someone else out of the way or step in their place, or you don't have to dim someone else's light trying to brighten your own. For if because if you have to do that, then the bottom line is it's not your time. It's not your time. Doesn't mean it's not your assignment. It simply means it's just not your time. Don't try to put your hands in too many things at one time, because when you are a part of too many things, that means you're not being effective at anything. So trust God for provision. Trust God for his timing, knowing that if God planted the seed, he's going to make it grow. If God gave you the vision, he's going to make it come to light. If God said do it, he's going to give you what you need to do it. But God's going to do it in God's time. God's not going to allow your projects to come off the ground in anybody else's time but his time. So I say to you all on today, just be encouraged. It's tough out here with all of us trying to do the work that we're all trying to do. But at the end of the day, I can only capture and reach my audience while you capture and reach your audience. It's not necessary for us to compete as to who's doing what, when, where, why. Guess what? Because the word of God says the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Are you going to just be so present paralyzed that you're not going to be effective with praying for people or reaching out to people or just simply being kind to people? Or are you so future focused that you forget all of that you're not doing any of that? Either way, you have neglected to do what God has called us to do. God says to us that we are our brother's keeper. And with that being said, that means that we need to reach out. We need to be positive. We need to be focused. We need to allow people every now and then an opportunity to cry on our shoulders. It's not always about you. It's not always about me. When you are a part of what's supposed to be a circle, which is why I tell you check your circle, because your circle could just be a dot. But when you're supposed to be a part of a certain thing and you're not getting the accolades, or it's not moving in the direction or at the speed that you think it should be moving, then maybe you need to step back and check you. You could be the blockage that's stopping the process from flowing. You could be you could be the one who's blocking the blessings of kingdom building, or you could be the one that's blocking the blessings of people growing. But until we can step back and check ourselves, and until we can know that we know where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing, and at what time we're supposed to be doing it, then we are no good here in the present. God needs us today. Yes, he does need us for the future, but God needs us today. If we can't help save lives, and if we can't help build people up today, if we can't do some of the things that need to be done today, then guess what? There's no need to even think about doing it in the future. There won't be a future. So I challenge you on today to stop tripping. Just stop tripping. Take the assignment that God has given to you at this day, at this hour, and be the best you can be. Do the best at that assignment that you can be, because I can promise you with 100% certainty, and based upon my own personal experiences, until you've completed the assignment that God has to your hands right here, right now, he's not going to give you another one. In other words, God's not going to give you a Bentley if you can't take care of a Toyota. So be encouraged, do what God has called you to do, and let's stay focused, and let's continue in prayer for ourselves, for each other, for the world, for the church, and for the entire universe. I love you, and I pray God's blessings upon you.